we're not just arguing about, should a guy wear a dress or not? We're arguing about the purpose of gender, of sex.
Right.
The purpose of marriage. It's not two dudes. It's not that we don't want it to be two dudes because it's icky to us.
Which
We're talking, it is. 100%.
You know how you could say it? It just popped in my head. It's really simple. It's not that profound, but we've replaced purpose with pleasure.
Great.
Purpose with pleasure. So like when we think of sex, the reason why we think that it's, transferable and you can switch teams and change jerseys and whatever is because we don't define sex anymore by purpose.
Correct.
And so sex doesn't have to be fruitful. That's why it's perfectly fine for to have just a carved out hole or a piece of your arm sewed to your abdomen because it's like, well, that's it's dead. It's you're a shell of a fruitful human being. You've just eradicated fruitfulness, but fruitfulness is no longer the purpose has become pleasure. The purpose has become pleasure, and so. Yeah. So if it's not about purpose, then all those things are. But the last thing I was going to say real quick is that is very much been embraced by Christians, very much. I mean, I can't tell you like in premarital counseling and just in my own life, like the Lord had to get a hold of me and my wife and help us to see these things clearly. But Christians have very much bought into the idea of detaching sex from procreation. We would think that procreation is maybe one of the purposes, and I would say the Bible does state more than just one purpose, but it's a pretty modern way of thinking where procreation is on just one on the list and
lower down
if
on the list at all,
if even on the list at all.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah,
sex is the biggest one that we've done a terrible job with.
The Catholic Church did a good job for a long time.
I was about to say there was a good theology of the body, and it was the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Because too, if pleasure is the ultimate goal, the ultimate telos of the sex act, then pleasure needs to be put above everything. So you'd have to elevate anything that would contribute to that as the highest purpose.
So if it's more pleasurable, it's better.
Exactly. More pleasurable, it's better. Same way if it was for bonding. Well, then if bonding is the most important thing, then research should go into how best couples should bond. Again, whatever binds two people together. Or you could just, if it's just for bonding, if it's just for pleasure, it could be anyone. It could actually be a man and a man, speaking hypothetically, as Paul would say. I speak in a human way.
But seriously, I have heard like new evangelical type, progressive, they're not Christians, but who still carry the Christian name. And this is exactly the argument that they would make.